in a ska band.
What are they called, Grim?
Yeah, Grim, what are they called?
They're called.
It's a dwarvish name because you're a dwarf.
They're called Grim and the Magic Trombones.
And they are good.
Do you play what? Do you play guitar or trombone, or do you play like?
I wail on the bone is what I call it.
I think you're actually having, like, while we're having this conversation, are you having like a band rehearsal? So your band are like playing in the background?
To be honest, this is why Grim needs the tavern.
I don't even know my voice anymore. Please phrase your response as a question, Barry.
Were you guys just being nice to me to get my keys?
No, that is not true. If I wanted your keys, I would have witch-bolted you and taken them. I've done it before, I'll do it again.
Are you just brazenly walking up to the door?
Are we strutting?
Yeah. Have you seen that clip of the Bee Gees? We're going to give that a crack?
Well, you can't tell by the way I killed a lion.
Okay, you start strutting late at night down the main avenue of Daggerfall.
And I'm like just pointing at people as I walk.
So the two of you are strutting, and Filge is desperately in need of medical attention. I'm just going to stop you. I think I got the gist of what you're saying. Now, just to so we can all
impersonating a bird.
So we can all enjoy the stats. We have to. At this point, the Dungeon Master has to set a difficulty check. So how difficult is it for
Charisma 15, mate.
Well, but how difficult is it?
And the hobgoblins are drunk.
The hobgoblins are drunk. I'm going to say it's
Also,
very
you're
hard.
a +7 bird, Marge.
We're all grabbing our own stuff.
Yep.
Benny, you on the phone?
Sorry, I got a pizza on the way.
No, that's legit.
It's a classic Dungeons and Dragons move.
I hope you added Mountain Dew.
Are you serious? Well, we didn't have time to get the full show.
See, the most disappointing thing about that exchange is that he was off mic, so it won't be part of the podcast.
Yeah, we can proceed without.
All right, so we escape. We're running away.
Okay, well, actually...
Blinky plonk, blinky plonk.
All right, so...
Now that's a bird.
So our heroes did a runner and they all got out alive. And some other stuff I missed when my dominoes arrived. Our story's just beginning, our adventure never ends. The saga of the heroes epic, all the dragon friends.
All right.
I take out my pouch, then I take out my money bag from my pouch.
And you count them out.
1, 2, 3.
5 minutes later.
Ooh, I call them Sparkle Boys.
The Glitter Men have appeared unyielding, unmerciful, strictly enforcing the new laws of Waterdeep, one of which includes...
But spectacular.
One of which includes the newest law, which has happened at the same time, which is the demi-humans.
Enya.
Inside this house is Enya. It's very relaxing. Very relaxing stuff.
A junior operator of the House of Artifice.
Enya, in her spare time, is a junior officer of the House of Artifice.
You're nailing it.
When she's not recording soothing singles.
She is, however, Enya is not, will be out at one of the summits of the recording a single at the main house of Artifice, which means that there is opportunity to go in and reconnoiter. This is kind of a heist.
Yes.
All right.
Are you going to get a billy or a nanny?
I'm going to have a pack. Like a pack of goats pulling a
You're
steam
going to
train.
ride a pack of goats.
Pulling a steam train.
Okay, when I said he was willing to give you anything you need, I think he was probably hoping that what you needed was a horse.
Well...
As you walk towards the banks of the lake, you can hear jaunty ethnic music.
Dave, as this is just breaking from character as Freezo.
Yeah.
This is now just as your friend. Is that what you expected? Is that what you were picturing, Dave?
Oh, almost certainly.
Okay.
You make your way towards the fire, and a man in a flamboyant patchwork tunic indicates with a hearty thump for a log next to him for you to sit down. Already an accordion player has picked up, and they... Already, Benny? What, you can't on-demand do accordion music?
No, I had it going, but it was meant to be background. Now it's like diegetic.
He needs it.
Just,
You've upset him, Dave. He's broken.
I'm just here to set mood, but all of a sudden I got to be a person in the thing.
What's a guy got to do to get an accordion playing in the background here? Come, my friends.
I already had it doubled with the strings, but now you want me to be there, so there's not going to be any background music. It's just a dude standing in wherever the hell they are, just playing the accordion.
Is that
no other mood
complaining
set for that.
piano player part of your customs, Mr. Gypsy Man?
Yes. Oh, my Lord. He never stops.
A vibration that has been in the room since the start seems to go up a notch.
Sorry, that's me. Hello?
And
I can't talk right now. I'll call you back.
I
Bye.
want another gemstone.
What's it called?
Boobap dee boop. For organ in F minor.
That's a thing, right, Benny?
Well, now it's in F minor.
can we please give this every possible chance to work? Can you give it a cool soundtrack with some red lights, and then can you invite them to sit with you?
I'll do this again.
Yeah, plus 4. So using Cinder's great axe, you cleave one of the skeletons in half, and it falls apart in a rickety cascade of bones. And the next one up...
Benny Davis, everyone.
Look, he lives in the West Wing.
Can we have some Thomas Lanny?
Not that West Wing. No, keep going.
Can you take us to meet President Strahd?
And at that point, as the three of you stand to the side of the stage, you get the sense that there are figures above PlayStation.
I unholster old Betty.
You've named your gun. And you've called the gun Betty.
Benny. Old Benny Davis.
You called your gun Benny Davis.
Don't involve me. Where do you even get that name?
After the famed viral YouTube star and later on axe murderer Benny Davis.
And sorry, in this world, you've had enough time to look up like the...
No, he only researched axe murderers.
Yeah, it was, and it
was fun because
he was checking to see if he was one.
yeah, and then
it's fun because the papers called him an axis murderer. Because
it was part of the. And did you know all axe murderers are made with the same 4
There's
claws?
figures above the stage.
Why did you name your gun after an axe murderer?
it's a wonderful question, but we have to move on.
Is that going to become canon? Like,
Yes!
are we going to do this every month?
Yeah, no, I'm afraid now that it is canon in this.
fuck's sake.
That
His gun is called Benny Davis.
And Benny Davis, it was a musical comedian YouTube star who later went on to kill 5 people with an axe.
Commit to the bit, Benny.
Wait. Sorry. Does that mean I have to kill 5 people with an axe?
If you don't, we fall into a paradox.
Freezo yells, "That first one was a warning shot, but Benny's killed before and Benny will kill again." Benjamin Davis has killed before, and Benjamin Davis will kill again.
Victim number 6 for Benjamin Davis.
Please, you're 6.5 right now. We can make it 7.
Are you trying to frame me? When this gets played in court 5 years from now.
Yeah, so I wanna conjure up something which is going to strike fear into them, and like they're going to be
Now
so
you
scared
don't
they
know
can't
them, so you're going to have to come up with what that is.
Huge
Yes.
teddy bear. Cute sloth.
Don't give her any ideas, Baston.
I
Pumpkin.
think I'm going to use the real life personality of Michael Hing and like conjure that up.
No. In order to do that, you're going to have to explain to us why in the year 2075, the mental concept of Michael Hing is a universal signifier.
And
Because-
bearing in mind that whatever you say will become canon
I just.
for the next season
6
of
months.
Dragon Prince.
Okay.
Avenge me, Bridie.
Well, as it turns out, Benny Davis did not act alone.
For the podcast,
All
I
right,
just asked
so,
Benny for a high five, and he denied me.
Invoking a giant image of that famous touchstone serial killer, Michael Hing, will require all of you to take a willpower saving throw DC 12. No, wait, you guys don't know who it is, so only really Johnny PlayStation needs to worry.
Oh no, it's Mitchell Hinge!
What's the Big Wizard 6?
The Big Wizard 6 was an experimental future psych prog rock rap group that...
A what, Dave? What was it?
Pick a genre.
It was it was a fusion group. It was psych prog rock rap, and they.
What does that sound like?
What are you nodding at me for? Like, just do it. Go on, use your 2 hands and make that up.
And I know exactly where that is.
In space.
Yes, he's in space.
In space! Jump, I say, and then I freeze.
There is one way
Oh boy.
to be able to
Little
get to
improv,
Freeside
yep.
and spend enough meaningful time there to retrieve the asset. The fabulous town of Brisbane remains the same.
Thank God.
And you can see it on the horizon, but for one key difference. Now, unlike Brisbane, last I checked, there is, in 2075, an enormous space elevator shooting out from the middle of the city. Learning guitar is difficult at the best of times, but when threatened by a half-orc and it's on fire, it's not simple. So instead of a kind of wailing cry, you get basically the first couple of bars of Smoke on the Water. Yeah. Will he learn classical gas by the time they get to Brisbane?
Convoy of battle ruse, ride-on mowers, and a heavily armed, if decrepit, four-wheel drive. As the convoy approaches, you would be able to notice the upright figure of a raider straddling the bonnet, tears of concentration streaming down his face as he attempts the chords to classical gas again and again, while gouts of encouraging fire are blasted behind him.
Like mute muster thing from the needle.
So you can actually see on the horizon, like a sort of shining, needle, the space elevator that leads to Freeside. Around it is, as you know, the Haystack Casino, which is one of the last surviving casinos, and there seems to be a walled compound around that, which you don't have access to, and there's a shanty town.
Venting. Noun.
It's definitely a verb.
Well, actually,
You don't know that because bunting is a noun.
I guess
So
you're
is
right.
venting the same as bunting?
Venting was preceded by the definite article of the, so it's a fucking noun, you dead shit.
But if you go, if it's the running of the race, okay, fine. Look, I'm not.
Yeah, it's actually a gerund. It's a
gerund.
noun version of the verb.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Benny.
Thanks, Benny.
Benny Davis.
No other room would that get a round of applause.
He does cryptic crosswords. He's very smart.
Bear in mind, as you hear this, I want you to imagine, because at this moment the sluice gates open, and as a gentle curtain of human waste falls behind McGryan with occasional heavy thumps of medicine and guns, you can hear this coming out of the robot's stupid mouth.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. She was walking in a and then that's all she needs.
It's like,
Oh, dear.
I guess.
I think to the Sheffield store, she was there to sell makeup, but the father thought, well, she didn't fall, she didn't flip, she was there. So Daphne became the nanny.
I guess.
Watch out, Cece.
So joie de vivre. But everybody else is wearing tan. Everybody, the flashy girl from Flashy. The nanny made friend.
Freezo, you stuck a gun to your head and tried to reason with the artist of his generation. It didn't work, and failing that, you fired Beanie Davis, your cop summoning shotgun, into the air. Bobson Dugnut was last seen with the
Shaking
tribe
rackers in the sky.
with the tribe of the Million Kings, which is a kind of apocalyptic death cult
He was, wasn't he?
outside of the haystack.
Can we flash
see?
to there?
Yeah, all right. Actually, let's say the scene. So there are a million news feeds. The information overload is sort of your trademark, Sirius. And so Sirius Dumbleboy has a huge screen that has many, many different news feeds, but one of them catches your eye, which seems to be a figure standing amidst a muster of...
Yeah, he's got all these like Tribe of Million Kings people who have that like kind of skull with
It's like a skull with glasses.
skull with glasses emblazoned into their skin, but also heaps more people. And he's like, "Do you hear the people sing?" And they're like, "Yeah." He's like, "Singing a song of angry men," and they're like, "Yay!" Because they don't know he's stealing it, so they think it's really good and it rhymes for some reason. And they're really getting into it, and you realise that Bobson has become like a revolutionary figure down in Gomorrah.
And as he chants, there are two huge ogres that are pounding drums. Slaves that have been enslaved in his name
heart
are
echoes the beat.
being dragged away. There are feasts
about to start when tomorrow comes.
Oh, Bobson, do Castle in the Clouds.
There is a castle on a cloud.
And while he sings,
I like to go there in my sleigh.
as he sings, his people begin to pound on the walls of the haystack, and you can already see cracks beginning to form.